Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla. You can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to the best motorcycle Bluetooth communicators of 2018. Here at RevZilla.com, we've been testing and reviewing motorcycle Bluetooth comm units since 2009. We've seen the full evolution of the tech, and nobody's spent more time beating on these things than our video production crew every time they have a shoot outside of the studio. Now, why would you consider Bluetooth technology to enhance your ride? First up, it's rider-to-rider connectivity and communication. Think of it as a sophisticated walkie-talkie system while you're riding. Secondarily, you'd find the utility of phone or GPS via Bluetooth getting that functionality while you ride. And thirdly, you'd have the entertainment factor of listening to music or sharing music with another rider. In this video, we're going to break down the top 4 best motorcycle Bluetooth comm units for 2018. We're going to evaluate them based on feature set, ease of use and install, and of course, comm unit for dollar, which ties back to price. Now, everything we're going to show you today really covers a baseline of music pairing, GPS pairing. They're going to be voice-activated noise canceling with a solid baseline for speakers as well as a pretty easy install. The key differences are going to come in when you think about that rider-to-rider communication aspect. Now that you understand our framework, let's dive in. First up in our comm unit guide is our best entry-level Bluetooth communication unit. This is the Cardo FreeComm 1. And right out of the gates, we love it because it's not going to kill your budget, but it does the basics extremely well. This unit is $125, and what it doesn't offer you is rider-to-rider connectivity, but you're still getting a unit that's going to allow you to pair it with your GPS as well as your phone. 2 units, great sound quality, and again, coming in at $125, it's nearly half the price at some of the more premium units. Now, when we took it out and rode in it, the 2 things that jumped out at us that we love beyond the sound quality, ease of use. It's a 4-button setup, very, very simple. And it actually happens to be waterproof as well. So waterproof, dustproof to the accredited standard. Now, when you think about installation, I know that many of the folks that potentially are dipping their toe in the water for the first time would be thinking about this unit. For a beginner, it's going to be about 15 to 30 minutes. It's not rocket science. It's actually not difficult. Just take your time. And one of the things that jumps out to us is if you are wearing a more race fit or very snug cheek pad helmet, there is going to be a wire that has a connection point that might create a little bit of bulk, and what you need to do is just decide where that's going to go, and you might have to trial and error move it around a couple times. So when we're thinking about the FreeComm 1, remember, it's not going to break the bank. The feature set performs at a high level outside of having that rider-to-rider comm unit functionality, and the battery life is rock solid too. For those reasons, it's very easy to see why the FreeComm 1 is going to be our best entry-level comm unit for 18. Now let's flip-flop and go to the high end of the spectrum. The top end of the Bluetooth universe for 2018 actually sees us move from unit to fully integrated helmet. This is the Sena Momentum helmet. And what it is a Sena 10 series or 20 series. That's the difference between a Momentum Lite or a Sena regular Momentum helmet, fully integrated into a premium composite helmet. The value of that out of the gates is the fact that you're not going to get any sail factor. There's nothing on the outside of this helmet to, one, slow it down, but more importantly, create any turbulence or external noise. You can see the controls on the back side of the helmet, the charging point on the other side of the helmet. And when we think about fit for the Momentum helmet, this is actually going to be an intermediate oval head shape. It's what I would consider to be the more classic American fit, a little bit longer front to back, not overly round, not overly narrow. But keep in mind, we consider this to be a snug or a race fit, and you're going to feel that throughout the helmet. So if you're in between sizes, make sure you go the size up to ensure it's going to fit for you. When you actually take it out onto the road, there is additional benefit. The first one is many people that ride in comm unit devices will note that there are microphones and wires and things on the inside of the helmet. This is fully integrated. Your speakers and your microphones are worked into the cheek pads, so you're not going to notice any difference from a normal helmet. The other key thing is when they're designing this helmet really around a communication device, you get to beef up the battery. 20 to 27 hours of usage. That's not standby. That's actually talk time or listening to music, which is really industry leading. Now, it's relatively lightweight as well, where you're going to get 3 pounds, 11 ounces, a DOT-rated composite shell. You're not sacrificing on comfort. It's really a premium lid with a premium integrated Bluetooth comm unit. When we think about the top end of the spectrum for 2018, the Sena Momentum is going to be class leading. Now, if you're interested in the rest of our gear guide series for this year, check out our product videos or our rider type gear guides for street, commuting, adventure, hardcore track day freak type gear. You can find it at RevZilla.com. Now Now let's move on to our runner-up. Our runner-up for 2018 is a perennial favorite. This is the Sena 20S, now available in its Evo version. You're looking north of the $250 mark. You're looking at a Bluetooth comm unit that's fully featured, great speaker quality, and again is going to be over a mile range for up to 8 riders paired. Now, what we absolutely love about it, this latest version is more water resistant. They've also changed the antenna by getting rid of it. You now just have this little nub, and it's going to still keep that north of 1 mile range that we spoke about earlier. Now, the unit itself at a baseline, it's one of the few on the market with the jog dial, super easy to use. The speakers are thick and very nice, great crisp sound quality, and the battery is going to stand up to all of the other units within the premium end of the spectrum. Now, one thing to call out with this Sena unit, it's the only unit on the market currently that will do HD audio and tie in with your GoPro audio backpack. So for the moto vlogging universe, you have the ability to lay down high quality HD audio with your high quality videos through your GoPro. From an install standpoint, again, if you're a beginner, think 15 to 30 minutes, a little bit of paint by numbers, not very difficult. One of the things that comes into play though, with the thicker speakers, make sure you have a helmet that has either cutaways or leaves you some room around the ears. But it also has Velcro pads that you can use to adjust and fine tune where the placement of both the wires as well as the speakers are going to be when you are setting it up. The other thing that jumps out at us is the app for the Sena units for configurability is one of the best on the market. So again, fully featured, up to 8 riders, great battery length, very, very usable, tend to be the claims to fame on the Sena 20S Evo. Now let's move on to our Bluetooth comm unit of the year. So up until this point, we've seen a number of different comm units, one of which I even called the gold standard. But really where we land for best of the year 2018 is the Cardo PackTalk, which is not a low-level investment. This is going to come in close to the $300 mark, but what sets it apart is they've gone 0 to 1. They've invented a new technology they call DMC, Dynamic Mesh Communication, which solves rider-to-rider drop-off based on distance and based on line of sight. I'm going to get into that in a second. But ultimately, you do have a unit that comes in single and dual packs, which really plays at the front of the pack and allows you a different type of technology and a different ease of use. So back to DMC for a second. What it does is it allows the units to be paired together, expanding the range for up to 5 miles, but it creates a self-healing network. So when we pair all of these devices up to 15 on the PackTalk, what happens is if you lose a rider, you don't lose all of the riders in front of that rider or behind that rider if they happen to be the next person on that connectivity node. What happens is the mesh network heals itself and you keep everyone else connected. We've never seen anyone do that before, and that's been a use case that a lot of these Bluetooth manufacturers have been trying to solve for quite some time. Now, outside of that, you're looking at a week of standby, 13 plus hours of talk. This DMC technology does use a little bit more battery life compared to your typical Bluetooth or normal intercom functionality, but even at around or just under what you compare it with the Sena, using DMC makes it such a more simple and easy to use unit when you're riding that it's worth the change. Now, from a riding standpoint, we love the fact that it's easy to use. It has some of the biggest speakers in the industry right now at 40 millimeter, and it is one of the few units that's going to be fully waterproof as well as dustproof when some of its competitors are just going to be water and dust resistant. Now, when we dive into the install side of things, it's a simple install, the same as the FreeComm one we started the video with. 15 to 30 minutes for a beginner. You have to route some wires. It's a clamp or a sticky mount. The only thing to keep in mind is that because these speakers are really industry leading from a size, sound quality, and volume standpoint, they're a little bit bigger. So make sure you do have room with them. So all in, you're looking just under the $300 mark. You're only $30-ish more expensive than our runner-up for the year, but you're getting a brand new technology with that DMC, which really changes the ride compared to the rest of the premium units. Now, in this video, you saw our 4 best. We've covered a bit of a cost arc as well as a feature arc, but based on our riding research and expert opinion, they are the best 4 for 2018. Remember, if you want to see more of our opinion or check out any other categories of gear, check out RevZilla.com for videos, articles, and more of our expert opinion. Also, don't forget to subscribe at RevZilla.com. Stay up to date with our guides that we're going to be rolling out all season long. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.